All right, another episode of Track Therapy where I educate my people about things they need to know and things that help make them better people, live longer, and be healthy. So this is what I want to talk about today, because I've been running across a lot of people my age or in my age range, and I have been for a while, but just more recently, just hearing people saying they're on a cholesterol pill. So I decided that, I did a video a couple weeks back, maybe last month. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'm out here to track now, so got a couple of things I'm gonna talk about. But this one right here is something that I think we need to know and be highly educated about, and that's cholesterol. Because I am disappointed at our lack of knowledge about cholesterol. And because of our lack of knowledge about cholesterol, we put ourselves in irreversible health conditions, and our doctors won't even tell us. Now, let me tell you one of the things that I've been kind of confused by. And even in the last week, I may have asked 3 or 4 people about this. So when you go to your doctor and they check your blood pressure, and they tell you about, and I forgot the damn HDLs, ADLs, HDLs, or some shit like that, which is the good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. So I've been asking people this. Do y'all ever ask y'all doctors what's the bad cholesterol? Nobody asks their doctors what's the bad cholesterol. Why wouldn't you want to know what's the bad cholesterol? Or even what's the good cholesterol? So I'm going to break this down for y'all. This is 100% accurate. As I said in the video that I did last month, if you don't believe this, well, I say in all my videos, don't trust what I say. Do your own research and find out. But in the event that you don't believe this and you want to hear the truth, I said in the last video, come get me or tell me when your next doctor's appointment is about your high blood pressure, cholesterol, hypertension, strokes, or anything. And I'm going to make your doctor admit to you what I'm getting ready to share with you, with it being facts. That's just what it is. Why? Because I care about my people and I don't want us to die from shit because we ignorant. What they say about us as a people. If you want to keep something from black people, put it in a book. Because we trust what our doctors tell us, not understanding how under the table our doctors are, how quick our doctors are to prescribe you medication versus telling you something else you could do to change this. But no. I get kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies, so I'm gonna prescribe you all this medication. I met somebody that was taking 7 high blood pressure medicines. So here's the thing. Let me break this down for you. Good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. And let me say this too. And I challenge anybody on this. Everybody who has the SAD diet, you have high blood pressure, irregardless of what your doctor tells you. Irregardless ain't really a word, but I like it. Regardless of what your doctor tells you, regardless of what they deem as being normal blood pressure range, that's a lie. That's a flat out lie that the medical industry is telling us as people. That normal 10 something over, that shit is inaccurate. It's high. They did research on and looked this research up. They did the research on the people who had heart attacks, what their blood pressure range was, and a super high percentage of the people who had heart attacks and strokes, blood pressure was in that range that they deemed as normal. So when I say everybody who has the SAD diet as their diet, you have high blood pressure. What's the SAD diet? The standard American diet. And when I break this cholesterol shit down for you, you're going to understand and it's going to make sense to you. Okay, so good cholesterol is the cholesterol that our liver produces. Write this down now. Make sure you ask your doctor when you go. Good cholesterol is what the liver produces. Good cholesterol is the only cholesterol that we need in our body. That's it. No other cholesterol that we need. We don't need it from anywhere else. That's it. We would live the rest of our lives with only the cholesterol that our liver produces. Bad cholesterol is any cholesterol that you put inside of your body. That's the simplicity of it. Remember, ask your doctors this. Everybody that I ask them, like, did you ask your doctor what's the bad cholesterol? No. Do you know what bad cholesterol is? No. Do you know where bad cholesterol comes from? No. But you taking all this medication or some shit called a cholesterol pill. Like, what does it do? I'll get to that later on in the video about the cholesterol pill. So, bad cholesterol is any cholesterol that you put in your body. That's it. That's just that simple. Now, here's the part that throws us off as black people, because we're not going to do this. And that's why we have a higher rate of heart attacks and death by stroke, death by heart attacks, hypertension, congestive heart failure. This is why. Because our ignorance to the knowledge and our lack of wanting to make the change, because we're so settled in our ways. The only thing on the face of this earth, only thing that puts cholesterol inside your body is, I need a drum roll, because this finna blow y'all goddamn mind. Dead animals. Your meats, your milks, your butters, dead animals, or any byproduct of a dead animal. And we're gonna prove this to you. And this is the second part of the video that when I spoke about this in the first video I made about this, I said there's a part 2 of the video. Part 2 of the video was me gonna show you everything that puts cholesterol in your body. So I'm gonna tell you to do it now. Go in your kitchen, look in the refrigerator, look at the nutrition label on everything. Everything in your kitchen, in the cabinets, in the freezer, in the refrigerator, in your storage, in your deep freezer, don't matter. Look on the nutrition part of it. If it says, where it says cholesterol, whatever the percentage of cholesterol is in it, that tells you if it's from a dead animal or from the byproduct of a dead animal. Meaning, if there's any percentage of cholesterol, whatever that food is, it came from a dead animal. And some things are the obvious. Obviously, meat, poultry, eggs, milk, butter, ranch dressing. All of these things come from cheese, comes from dead animals. Go look at your vegetables, your canned vegetables. Damn, that thing was flying right at me. The canned vegetables, look on the back. 0% of cholesterol. Anything that has 0% of cholesterol in it does not come from a dead animal. So now do you see why I say everybody who has the standard American diet has high blood pressure? Because you're putting cholesterol in your body, some people a minimum of 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. And they say breakfast is the best meal of the day. Bullshit. You eating eggs, you eating cheese, you eating ham, you eating bacon, you drinking milk. You oversaturating your veins and arteries with cholesterol first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, this is what you're doing to your body. And remember, the only cholesterol we need in our body is what our liver produces. As simple as that sounds, we struggle with being accepted or receptive to that, and we're not gonna stop eating what we eat. I tell people, and it's so crazy because I'm celebrating 15 years when I completely changed my diet back in 2007, January the 1st, 2007. I went cold turkey, no meats, fruit and vegetables, no hamburgers, no steak, none of that shit. I was done. I never in my life ate seafood. I've never eaten seafood. No beef, no pork, no hot dogs, none of that shit. I went straight because I found out, I was like, and let me tell y'all the backstory behind my desire to want to change, because I lost a lot of family members and just a lot of people to things that were self-inflicted. Heart disease, heart attack, strokes, hypertension, high blood pressure, all of those are symptoms of a poor diet. They'll say the number one killer in the black community is heart disease. No, it's a poor diet, because heart disease is a symptom of a poor diet. Why do you think Asians don't have heart attacks and strokes and hypertension? They don't eat the shit we eat. We still out here eating like we goddamn slaves. We eating the intestines of a goddamn animal with shit on it, and we're making it even more better by adding hot sauce. So we got the intestines of an animal with shit smeared all on it and embedded inside it, so you can't clean it out 100%. And then we topping it off with hot sauce. And people say, man, but they taste good. I want to slap the shit out of people. You know what? I'm not gonna bash the chitlin eaters today. This ain't about y'all. This is not about y'all today. But we eat pig feet, pig ears, pig knuckles, hog maw, bull nuts, kangaroo testicles. I don't know what, dinosaur titties, whatever it is, we gonna eat it. I saw some alligators. I went to a restaurant the other night and it had alligator on the menu. Whatever they could kill. And then we get so mad at Chinese people for killing dogs. Truth be told, eating dog ain't no different from eating a pig or a cow. It's a four-legged animal. And that's what I removed from my diet in 2007. I stopped eating. I went cold turkey, fruits and vegetables. My system was so clean. Bowel movements that smell like potpourri. All right, I'm exaggerating, but it was odorless. I wasn't passing dead animals that's been sitting in my digestive tract, so there was no smell to it. And the proof of that is when you get a newborn baby. If you get a newborn baby, your baby's bowel movements don't have odor until you start giving them milk. Cow milk. Cow milk is a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic because I'm really disgusted with people who don't understand the basic concept that cows don't produce milk for human consumption. That humans are the only species on the face of this earth who consume milk after infancy. Cows don't even drink milk. Cows produce milk to feed their calves. And once their calves have become cows, they no longer drink milk. Women produce milk in their breasts when they have babies to feed their babies. When their baby is no longer a baby, there's no need for a baby to drink milk. There's no need. That's all the milk you ever need in your body is during the nurturing stage. But the dairy industry was savvy enough to find a way to tell you milk builds strong bones. Milk does the body good. So now they drain milk. I have a DVD. I'm going to post this section of the DVD on Facebook so y'all can see it yourself. Milk causes asthma. All milk. Every drop of milk that you consume had blood and pus in it from the cow. This is facts. This is nothing that I'm making up to try to gross you out or whatever, but you know, that's them hard truths you have to hear. So people drink milk. Ask yourself, why do I drink milk? Because the dairy industry told you milk builds strong bones. Do you see any milk commercials anymore? No. They had to pull them. The whole milk mustache shit, the milk does the body good, you don't see those commercials no more. They had to pull them the same way the tobacco tycoons had to do the anti-smoking commercials, because when cigarettes first came out, they advertised cigarettes as being healthy. They had athletes marketing cigarettes, smoking cigarettes. They had women smoking cigarettes, looking sexy. So they brainwashed us into believing that cigarettes were good for you. And then when all the lawsuits and the deaths and the cancers, then they had to do the anti-smoking campaign. They must have had a certain limit on it, because you don't even see those commercials no more either. But like I told somebody yesterday, I'm like, it didn't matter the anti-smoking cigarette commercials or marketing didn't matter, because people were already addicted to cigarettes. People were already addicted to the cigarettes. So now saying smoking cigarettes is bad, we got to put a warning label on the cigarettes now. I feel like one day they're going to do that with milk. They're going to have to do that with milk, because milk does your body. Milk has nothing to do with bone density. There's research. Look it up. Milk has absolutely nothing to do with bone density. The dairy industry sold us that fucking lie. They said we need this amount of calcium to have strong bones, and then they sold us milk. How fraudulent is that? I sell milk, so I'm gonna tell the whole world that you need this amount of milk to have strong bones. And I sell and make the milk. I'm an instant billionaire. And nobody stopped and said, why in the hell would a cow produce milk for a human to drink? Why don't cows drink human milk? But like I said, that's a whole nother. I've been posting on social media about this for a while. My people all we care about is fighting, and black people treating black people like they ain't shit, killing each other, beating each other up in the mall, swinging a girl in a circle by her hair. That's the exciting shit we care about. We don't care about this life and longevity shit and living a long time. That ain't entertaining. We don't want to hear shit that make us feel uncomfortable. Even when I tell people how shrimp is the worst meat for cholesterol consumption. Shrimp has 6 times more cholesterol in it than beef. If you eat shrimp, that is the worst meat for cholesterol. Why do you think Bill Cosby is 80 plus and never had a heart attack? Vegans and vegetarians don't have heart attacks. They don't have blood problems. They're not making their veins go from here to here with cholesterol. So to this cholesterol pill, a cholesterol pill is just a blood thinner. All it does is thin your blood. So if you on cholesterol medication, that means you have some blood flow restrictions somewhere in your veins and arteries. You have plaque buildup in your veins and arteries that's restricting normal flow of blood. A cholesterol pill is the same thing as an aspirin, which is the same thing as Viagra, Cialis. They're all blood thinners with some other things in it that activate certain things, but it's at the end of the day, they're all blood thinners. When a man can't get an erection, it's because he can't get the proper amount of blood flow to his man area. It's a family-friendly video, so to that area. That's why. When you have a heart attack, there's a blood flow restriction to your heart, meaning your blood is not carrying oxygen to your heart, so your heart goes into cardiac arrest. When you restrict the flow of blood to your brain, you have a stroke. It's all simple. I would sit on any platform with any doctors with these big titles, and I graduated from Harvard, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care where you went to school at. We can't continue to feed people misleading information for the sake of us becoming rich and continuing to keep our families rich. When you find out how deep the government and politicians are with the food pyramid and the things that they put out there and the kickbacks that they get from promoting this bullshit, you gonna realize, you think the government crooked now? The under the table shit, the kickbacks they get to, let me post this and say that milk does the body good and milk needs bones. $100,000 check, go right ahead. Yeah, it's gonna harm the people. Yeah, people gonna rush out to buy milk. Yeah, people gonna drink milk, and that's why I tell people drink almond milk. If you hooked on it, what's the difference? Almond milk don't have no cholesterol in it. It doesn't come from a cow. It's not putting it, they call milk liquid meat. And you don't have to be obese or fat to have high cholesterol and to have heart attacks and strokes, because it's more about the cholesterol. I see I've seen some things on Facebook that said, I think I seen Verdi post this about how, what did that damn meme say? It says something about it's a lot of fat vegetarians and vegans around here. Somebody lying. That is the most ignorant meme I've ever seen, because veganism and vegetarianism has nothing to do with obesity. Obesity comes from eating saturated fats, from sweets, sugars. You can be a goddamn 300-pound vegan. But just because you don't eat meat don't mean them Twinkies and donuts and shit you eating ain't making you fat. But that's just that's just people's way of justifying eating meat. And that meme made no sense. There's a lot of y'all vegetarians and vegans out here fat or overweight. Somebody lying. That makes no sense. But when you're uneducated about it, when you have limited knowledge, then, you know, it makes for a good joke. Ha ha ha. Everybody liked it. It was funny. You reacted to it with a laughing emoji. We get it. But when you get outside of that, it makes no sense. Veganism, vegetarianism has nothing to do with being fat or skinny. When you become a vegetarian or a vegan, you're preventing yourself from having issues with your blood. Heart disease, cardiac arrest, hypertension, strokes, congestive heart failure, high blood pressure. That is what you're trying to prevent. It's not preventing you from being fat. So that's it. This is the information that I want to get out. But remember, go through your, people are not going to stop eating what they eat. If you can reduce it. Well, let me tell you what made me say, when I realized that that's what called impotency in men, I said, ain't no way I'm finna continue to eat the food that I've been eating, knowing that it could damage me and prevent me from being able to perform sexually at 40, at 50, 60, 70, 80. Not doing it. It was easy for me to put that shit down. And I'm like, and I don't want to have no heart attack. I don't want to have no stroke. And that's why I can be on this track running full speed like I want to. Because I've been 15 years removed from that shit. I'm not perfect. I still eat chicken every now and then. I don't eat chicken every day. But hell, I eat chicken. But I can stop any day. People with high blood pressure, do yourself a favor and get yourself off that medication. And this is what you do. Go 1 month, all fruits and vegetables, because there's more protein in so many vegetables than in meat. People think we need meat for protein. Google the amount of vegetables that got protein in it. That's more than meat. You don't need meat for protein. You don't need dead animals for protein. But if you got high blood pressure, when you go see your doctor, take 30 days. Go do 30 days veganism. No dead animals. Put no cholesterol in your body. And when you go back to the doctor, watch what your blood pressure be. Because your body, your blood will have revamped itself, cleaned itself, and the cholesterol tested in your blood is going to be low. Remember, you're eating cholesterol every day. Do that for 30 days and watch what your cholesterol levels be. And tell your doctor, Doc, why you ain't tell me that I was putting the bad cholesterol in my body by my diet? Why would you just give me a pill to thin my blood out? Another thing, I'll never forget Coach Brown telling me this. Coach Brown said he will never get no prostate check because I think they got to put their finger up your rectum. Kid-friendly video. They got to put their finger in your rectum to test your colon. Like, that made me just clench up just then. Like, ow, shit. Ain't nobody putting their finger. When I went and got my colon cleansed on Central Avenue, that pretty lady, I'm like, no, hell no. I put it in myself. Ain't nobody putting nothing in there but me. So I'll never forget Coach Brown telling us that part of his physical, he told the doctor he just couldn't do it. But they tell us as black men to get our prostate checked at 50. The effed up part of that is, why not tell us at 20 what we can do for the next 30 years to prevent us from having to be at risk of having what's that damn thing? Prostate cancer. They let us do the damage for 30 years. And then now we're going to get our prostate check. We rolling the dice, hoping we don't crap out. Man, I hope I ain't got prostate cancer. We rolling the dice, but they're not telling us what's giving us prostate cancer. They're not telling us our diet from 20 to 30 is what's going to put us at jeopardy of having prostate